Hi Scorpio, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a tarot reading for your next 48 hours. Thank you so much for joining me. Do of course keep in mind this is general, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But I more than appreciate your love and support in the form of likes for this video, comments down below, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. The split deck is relevant as we're going to begin with the, which deck was it called? The Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Bear with me. I hope you like this way of filming, okay? If you're new to the channel or if you are remembering that I used to do this. Either way, we have Gates of Triumph and Wise Leader. Okay, I really do feel like there's a push to recognize that success is unraveling in your life is coming to be. I feel like I'm seeing a snowball, okay? Going down a hill and getting bigger. I'm sensing that you're just, but it's more so going uphill, okay? But I think the reason that I'm seeing it go downhill is because that's the way it would naturally happen in real life. And I do feel as if it's more of an easy way of getting to your success, right? Finding easy routes, solutions, not feeling as if it's really difficult in the next 48 hours and in surrounding it to achieve what you need to, okay? To see things grow and prosper. But I feel like in the midst of all of which, you're reminded that you're a true wise leader in your own individual way, okay? You may have heavy fire in your chart, as I was just specifically drawn to the fire here, but there's a sense that you're guiding the way for oneself and other people in certain ways in the next 48. But also do keep in mind this is meant to pertain to the following 48-hour period for you, starting around when you're guided or drawn to this video, not just following when I post it, okay? What else do we have for Scorpio? For Scorpio, next 48. Okay, taking shelter, the answers are within. So kind of a similar image to the Wise Leader card, which is coming out again. So obviously we're going to take it on the board, but kind of a hermit energy about this imagery and this card. But also the vibe I was getting from the lantern was similar to this, where you're leading the way for oneself, and therefore in certain ways you'll recognize or remember you're leading the way for oneself. Sorry, as I realize I'm kind of shouting. But I do feel like your voice is coming into play in the next 48 hours. People are noticing what you have to say as important, okay, even if they don't admit it firsthand. Does that make sense? But I do feel like you're being pushed to recognize that your light is shining brightly, okay? And that's going to come through differently for each and every one of you Scorpios drawn to this reading. It just feels like you don't need to force it to shine bright. You don't need to excessively push your point or what you feel or what you know in the moment for it to be relevant is what I'm hearing, or for it to be recognized, okay? Simply mentioning something, or even just, you'll find creative ways to, okay, overcome obstacles, okay? But to convey what you need to, or to make somebody realize something in the moment. A very helpful vibe about your energy. And I'm now getting, okay, a mountain top, overcoming mountains throughout along your path up until this point. Look at that imagery. Narrow pathway. So you can see one thing is going to lead to the next in the next 48 hours. Things are just going to happen in a very connective kind of way, right? They're saying connectivity, but just things gradually building on top of each other. Again, that snowballing effect. But it's not going to feel like you struggle to bounce from one situation to the next, or one moment to the next, one experience to the next, or just one task to the next. It's going to happen quite smoothly, all right? But I really do feel like you're being pushed to tread carefully as to who you choose to bond with, okay? There will be moments of caution advised to oneself from spirit in regards to, you might feel there are moments where you are, you could take a turn in the wrong direction, right? To trust your intuition and to listen to the spirit guidance coming in throughout the next 2 days. But also, again, who are you thinking about connecting with, right? Those of you thinking about connecting with somebody from the past, tread carefully, okay? Tread carefully. But I do feel like you're protected by your angels in ways that almost feel less obvious, but in then other very obvious ways as you're stepping into your true Scorpion power, okay? And your other placements within your chart become quite relevant. If you could see the way I have these several oracle cards we just spoke upon laid out. It's a very rainbow-esque kind of way, all right? But I do feel like you're being pushed to trust there is a divine plan. So moving on to the oracle, the tarot. We're gonna pull from this deck. Let's do some shuffling for Scorpio to continue. We have the Two of Pentacles, and I really do feel like it's the next 48 hours where you're going through a bit of a juggling act. You're just feeling as if things are a bit of a balance, or need more balance, okay? You could be pushed to, in the moments of feeling you're getting a reminder that you're a wise leader, potentially when you're taking shelter at home or just in moments of solitude, right? I'm hearing when you go on a walk, you're being pushed to recognize that you have two options you need to choose between. And it's not that there could be a timely timestamp on when you need to make a decision by, right? I'm hearing people won't wait around forever, where you feel as if you have a lot of options and you feel you don't need to settle, but then there's a vibe where if you wait too long, some people won't wait around, or an option may not be there for the taking anymore. But I do feel like there's true synchronicities coming through if you look at that infinity symbol that reminds you that the possibilities are endless at this time for you specifically, okay? All right, I'm hearing and your loved ones, but I'm also being drawn to a butterfly, okay? Your fantasy is coming into play. Okay, I just heard sexually, but also just in general, like potentially being pushed to drift to other worlds, watching certain content that just makes you sort of think outside the box, or just in a larger way, or in a obscure kind of way. Did I say that right? But with the butterfly, things are feeling quite transformative in the next 48 hours for you. You're being pushed to recognize that you are changing, okay, into a role that's meant for you, okay, into the type of individual that's meant to be. Even if others don't fully get it or support it, it's not up to them, okay? I'm not saying their opinion or view on things doesn't matter if they're important to you, but it just feels like you need to look within and recognize that how you feel, what you think is most important at this time. And then we can reassess, or just assess in general how we feel about others in regards to their view on things, okay? But I do feel like nature is coming into play in one way, shape, or form. The weather playing into your next 2 days for the better or for the worse. Some of you loving a specific weather change, or the consistency of which. I just feel like you are being pushed to walk in nature, okay? There's something to gain from it. We have 3 here. The Empress, the Four of Wands, and the Moon card. There's, again, a very mysterious way about you. I didn't even say that yet, but it kind of came through in a sense. You're feeling very mysterious in regards to your own transformation, so therefore, why would you even begin to try to explain it to other people? But you don't feel inclined to, right, or obligated to, even if questions are rolling in or noses are being rubbed in your business. But I do feel like underneath it all, there's abundance flowing in, potentially in the form of clarity as to what you're specifically going through as far as changes, developments go on a soul level. The development as a person. But I do feel like you are potentially receiving other forms of abundance as well, connecting with specific new people that you may have begun to manifest or continue to. And for some of you, this is monetary, okay? So don't be surprised when there's just a lot of abundance to either sort through, experience, but at the very, very least, recognize, okay? Feel blessed in those moments by the fact that you are being supported and gifted from spirit and the universe, but also because you are manifesting some of which, if not all of which, okay? Don't forget, we can pair our manifestation skills with spirit's gifting, work behind the scenes. But yeah, so you're being a bit mysterious. There may be slight moments of emotion that may come to be, or you may find that others around you are a little bit emotional for whatever reason, and there's a need to recognize why that is, or just to discard it and move right along. Don't hang on to things, okay? That may be a reminder or a certain thought process, but I do feel like your caring nature comes into play, and you could be thinking about with the Empress giving birth to something new, right? But you're going to be reminded that things are falling into place quite smoothly And that doesn't mean things have to be 100% crystal clear for you to move forward and trust that things are going to continue to fall into place. It just means you need to trust the process. And going back to this card, trust that there's a divine plan, okay? Trust that you're being taken care of, even though things haven't been perfect up until this point, and you're going to get a push to enjoy the journey along the way, okay? There's going to be spots, moments of the next 48 hours that feel a bit confusing, but then there's going to be other moments where you're able to, you're given the opportunity to really enjoy oneself, have a bit of fun, get a creative release potentially, or just a bonding kind of release with a specific somebody or several people. And I just feel like you're again being reminded that you're stepping into a new, more powerful way of being, where you are able to continuously allow for things to flow in the way they're meant to and make some important choices moving forward, as again, you are beyond protected. All right. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the next 48 hours, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Scorpio.